Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. There we go. Cover that over a little bit more. Bush. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Breakfast with Jade. And we're taking a look at server settings today on the Nitrado website. And I'm going to show you guys how I'll make my servers and stuff. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I'm a bit late. I was going to do this a bit earlier, but yeah. Nice coffee. Coffee. Who's got the pastries then? Who's bought pastries? I said bring cakes and pastries yesterday. So who's got them? Right. What am I doing today is I've got a lot of questions over my expert settings guide. And my expert settings guide for Nitrado servers, how to set stuff up. I assumed I would give you the tools for you guys to go and do what you need to do. But a lot of you guys are having problems with it. It is complicated for sure. But you really have got to learn yourself, otherwise you may never really get to grips with it unless you really take the time. But anyway, we're gonna try and do a few things today. So I've got a test server here. We're gonna add a bunch of stuff to it. I'm gonna answer any questions, and yeah, we'll see what's happening. Yeah, Genesis video. I need help with that still. Come join Discord. I've got some secret code that's related to a reveal for the countdown. Like, apart from it being Genesis, which I've got news it might not be now, there's more to it. So if you're good with Java, you're good with codes, come and join my Discord. I've posted all the information. Come and help me decipher the Ark code. I did shave, Fluffy. I did. I thought it was time to have a little bit of a freshen up. What's up, Invi? God, man, this is going to be boring for you, bro. You don't worry. You can go. You can go, Invi. Thank you for the support. If you're here and you're like, what's he doing? I'm just literally going to talk through it because I haven't got time to record a video again. So I'm going to do live stream. We'll just go over some basic settings. So basically, if you've got a Nitrado server and you're watching this back after live stream, come join my Discord if you've got any more questions. I'm not necessarily going to answer them, but maybe other people can. Otherwise, you just got to look stuff up, man. That's what I do. No one's given me any tutorials. I've all self-learned in the last few years. And I'm not even that great. There's still stuff I get wrong. But when you log into your Nitrado server, first thing obviously you do expert mode. So go and watch the video I've already done on the expert mode. Let's pull that up actually, just for a second. It will explain exactly everything you need to do with expert mode. So it didn't explain every setting because there's just too many. But that video there, expert mode, customize your Nitrado server. And this allows you to put dinosaurs in different places. You can have certain dinosaurs spawn and dinosaurs from other maps spawn. You could have resources different. You can have drops different. So I've done a video on that. Today's video is going to be more explaining some of the settings I've got in the actual expert settings. Ark Genesis will change Ark forever. Yeah, it should be something like that. This is coming to Ark. Ah, that's it. Perfect. Right. So when you load up expert mode, sometimes if it's a brand new server or sometimes it's a server that's been recycled or whatever, you may have blank spaces. And this is where you're going to put user settings in. So you need to go to the Ark forums, Ark config, that one, Ark server configuration. Type that into the wiki, the Ark wiki, and it will bring you up here. And this has everything that you need to learn. It shows you everything. I've explained all this before. But what it does do is it gives you a preset that you can download. Here you go, the ini generator. So under game user settings, ini generator, click on that. And then you can adjust stuff just by doing a tick here. So if you want to change stuff, you can use this instead of putting numbers in and stuff. So if you want to enable third person view, yes. If you want to allow cave building, yes. Notify players joins and leaving, yes, yes. Allow flyers to pick up players and dinos, yep. And then disable structure decay, PvP, you get the idea. So we can change all this stuff You can change how much harvesting you get for stuff. And I've explained some of these before. Voice chat turns global. No, we'll leave that one off. But you get the idea. I'm just thinking what else there is there. So server password, you can put the server password. So let's call it tester. And we'll have server crosshair. Yep, shows the crosshair. And then I think that's it for now. We'll just do that. So you go all the way to the bottom. Once you've done all that and you've got everything listed that you want, it gives you a bunch of different settings. And then you just create the file. And then you've got to copy and paste this whole file, or you can download it. Just like that. And then you simply go into your expert mode and you paste it. Job done. That is how you put your settings in. You can do this for Xbox and PS4 servers, PC servers, as long as you've got a server with Nitrado. Primal Fear mode. Is that a mod, Savitar? I don't understand what the question is with that one, mate. Aussie Becker, Sergeant, hello, mate. I know, I look really young, didn't I? What's going on? Anyway, so pretty simple. If you've got blank stuff going on here, type that in, put that into your game user. I think that's game user files. It should be. Yeah, game user settings. Now for the game ini, I don't know if it definitely does it. I think it only does it the game user. No, it should have. Let's have a look. The following options should be set in the game section of game ini. Right, these ones it doesn't have a general one that you can copy and paste. But if you look around, you'll be able to find it. If I typed in there, Ark game ini template, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to find one just by looking it up. It's not that hard. Paste bin, here we go. So you just copied the game ini ones this time. There'll be more, we're going to add a lot more. But again, this is just in case for some reason you're missing some stuff or you don't recognise anything. Always click save changes, obviously. Otherwise it's not going to save. Oh, and this server's a bit broke actually. I might have to use a different server. And then just copy and paste it there. And that's it. That's how you set up the server settings. If it's not already there, it should already be there. If you've got a brand new server, you should have all of these options already there. Is the web page? No, it's not. Web page is in every other video, but live stream videos, I don't know why I don't have it there. Or look in my About Me section. Spig, hello mate. What's going on, son? You come on Thursday? Maybe. We'll see how it goes. I've got lots going on. I'm trying to buy a car at the moment. My car's broke. So I need a new one. So I've been looking around, driving around, see if I get a new one. Okay, this server's bust. I need to fix that. Let's try a different one. Let's go. Yeah, you know what? We'll go PC now. We'll go PC mode, and I'll just explain some stuff. So expert settings. Hey, Spig. No DayZ update until next week at the earliest, mate. But as soon as it comes up, we're going to have servers running for it. So you can see it's the same sort of stuff. I'm on PC version now. There's no difference with Xbox, PS4 and PC. There may be a couple of options that PC have, but otherwise it's the same process. If you're using an Xbox server, PS4 server or PC server, you just put all of this stuff in. There have been some issues with Alguero. It just doesn't seem to want to save some of these settings, and I don't know why, but there's definitely something a little bit up. Some certain settings weren't working, like being able to pick up flyers. There's all sorts of things. Now there's lots of options you can change and do here, and there are a couple of things we added recently which a lot of people like, or extra sort of settings. False all structure lock-in equals true. So that's simply just so you can lock pretty much everything. You can have boxes outside, you can have crafting benches, and you can lock them and people won't be able to rob them. So on a PvE server, you don't have to worry about anyone touching your stuff. You can simply go ahead and lock all the stuff. So that's a pretty good one. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to paste all these in a new channel in Discord so you guys can Ark tutorial. So come join Discord if you want some of this stuff in a little while. But that's the only place I'm going to do it. Now, I shouldn't have to really say, but true means yes, false means no. So false all structure lock-in equals true, or if you like digits, you can do it as 1. False is 0, true is 1. So true is 1 equals yes, 0 or false equals no. That's pretty, hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory. I won't have to explain it too much. Hello pencils, good morning Whittle, how you doing bud? I wish there was more information. Well, Aquarius, like what bud? What kind of information do you want about DayZ? Like, that's the point. I did say I was going to go over DayZ stuff too. To be fair, DayZ servers are pretty easy. I will cover that in a minute if you want actually. I did forget. I did say I was going to do DayZ and Ark. But yeah, well, Mina, hello mate. So anyway, false all structure lock-in is a good one. Allow cave building, that should be there already. You might want to enable that if you have got that coming on. We've been trying to make it so that creatures can have old school. I don't like it on my server, but I want to see if it works. That should allow fly carry, so you can carry wild creatures with other creatures. But for some reason, it's just not working, and I don't know why. So I'm going to put that one there as a one to come back to too. So if you're playing along, if you're mucking around your server, these are extra settings that won't necessarily always be in whatever templates you find. And then you've got this one, B allow fly carry, which is pretty much the same thing. I was told that the question mark is equal to a B. But I'm going to put that in as well. What happens is, if you've got 2 command lines that are exactly the same, you've got 2 exact same things, it will just take the first one and it'll ignore the second one. So that's why when you get to things like adding dinosaurs in certain areas, if you make a mistake, you might not see other dinos spawn because it only spawns them in one location. Sam, Gerzo, hello mate, good morning. Right, so anyway, we was going through them, weren't we? Was I looking at this one? Yeah, I was. I can make this a bit bigger. Let's make this a bit bigger. Okay. Disable structure decay. No, that's all good. These are all pretty bog standard ones. Global voice chat. So obviously if you don't want everyone to be able to hear everyone's conversations, then you'd make sure that's at 0. Max structure in range is a pretty important one to make sure you've got boosted. So you want to increase that if you've got a lot of builders on your servers. So go ahead and do it to big numbers. Sometimes you have it too big though, and the players are building huge bases. It can cause lag and stuff. So be wary of that as well. Someone asked me yesterday, how do you prevent downloads of survivors and stuff? By the way, any changes you make, you've got to press stop. Important. Make sure you always stop the server. You should leave it a couple minutes really, and then go ahead and edit it. But these settings won't be here, because normally when you go into general mode, these are the settings that you use to control stuff like downloads and stuff like that. But anything you do here normally gets wiped out. It won't necessarily be transferred over to the main settings. So you can see prevent survivor upload, and if we look on back on the expert settings, if your engine in is empty, then you want to fill it just how I said. Look up like I did just now. I'll tell you what, I'll even put that link in the Discord as well. And then you'll be set to go, Raccoon. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, there's some exciting stuff with Ark. There's more going on with this code, this Genesis DLC, and I don't think it's just this. I think he might be tricking us a little bit with the Genesis part. I think there's something bigger, something definitely happening. Anyway, what was he doing? He was looking at expert mode. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Scroll down. Now I'm scrolling all the way down because a lot of these are hard coded in. You can't change them. You might think, oh, I could change the bloom on my server and reduce the glare, but it doesn't work. It just won't work. Not on Xbox or PlayStation anyway. So yeah, prevent download dinos, prevent download items, prevent download survivors. False. That should probably be true. It doesn't matter if it's capitals or not. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. You can go ahead and put the other options in as well, but they're normally hard baked in there. Player food, drain multiplier, all that stuff is good. I'm trying to find stuff that maybe is not always included. Tame dino, difficulty offset. Difficulty offset is important. So if you want higher level dinosaurs, and I've explained this one already, you need to increase that. That might only be at like 0.1, or it might be at 0.5, and that's like the baseline. That's okay. But I just to be sure, always put it at 1.0, and then there's another command that will start increasing what level dinosaurs you've got. So if you want 160, 170, 180, 190, there's a way to do that. But you still need both of these commands, I do believe. So difficulty offset 1.0, have that one there. And then we've got... Yeah, let's try and find that one. It is hard looking at all these. I totally get when people were just like, oh, I don't know what to do. But this is it. Override official difficulty is 5. That will give you 150 dinos. That is like the official difficulty. If you put it at 4, it's going to give you like 130. If you put it at 3, 120. Put it at like 2, I think it's only 100. And I think if you put it at 1, it's only like 60. It's not just increasing by 10 or 20. I think it's like 33% or something like that. So it can go from that range. So if you put that to 6, you'll start seeing level 280 dinos. If you put that to level 7, you'll start seeing 300 level dinos. If you put that to 8, 320, 350, put that to 9. If you put it to 10, you might see something like level 450 dinos. So if you're trying to spice things up a little bit, make things a bit more interesting on servers, that's another one that you could probably use. I'm posting all this in the Ark tutorials in Discord if you want to take a look at this later. Right, what was I doing? I was seeing chat, because I ain't said I'd chat again. Yeah, the new map is definitely having problems. So many problems still. Right, another one, the max structures in range. That's again pretty much similar to the other one. In fact, I think it replaces that one, believe it or not. I'm going to just put it there. Reason being, because when you look on the server configuration tool, some of the new ones they added are here. So if you go to the Ark wiki, yeah, you've got the 2 at the bottom here, and so remember this goes into the game user settings. You can see specifies the maximum number of structures, and this replaced the max structures in range. And then they replaced it again. So the best bet to do is have both of them in there. Just have both of them in there. I'm pretty sure only one of them works, but it's better off just having both. They changed basically the name of it. So I have max structures in range, have the max structure in range as well, just in case. Now there is more even easier ways to do all this as well. Well, to be fair, if I've got to really spell it out for everyone how to look up the Ark server configuration wiki, I think you shouldn't be messing around with expert servers. You just shouldn't. You should be learning how to do stuff. It's pretty basic. Look up the Ark wiki, type in server configuration. I want to keep it a bit more concise. I'm not going to be going over every single tiny detail because I might as well do the servers for you, and I ain't got time for that. So you've got to learn, guys. Be active. Just type it in Google. You probably do need a laptop or computer. It's no good doing this on your phone. If you're doing any of this on the phone, good luck. Good luck. I wouldn't advise it, for sure. Right, anyway. Going down list, anything else exciting? Destruction damage. See, I had all this in there already, so I don't understand why some of these weren't working. But yeah, some of these settings, if you don't understand what they mean, again, just look it up. Just type it in Google and see what they mean. They'll give you the breakdown. The server configuration tool does give you the breakdown. It does tell you everything that it does. So, you know, allow tribe name change cooldown. Gives you the opportunity to change the cooldown, so you can change the tribe name whenever you want, etc, etc. This is a good one that might not always be there. Item stack size multiplier. If you want multiple stacks, if you want to be able to hold 300, 400, 500 or something, then type this into your settings, and it means you can have multiples. Now, I think I've already got it, to be fair, so I don't think I need to put it in again. Yeah, there it is. Item stack size multiplier 3. So I'm going to put that in Discord as well. Obviously, always have an equals and stuff like that too. That's another good one that you probably need to chuck in. MX Luke, you didn't read the fucking title, did you, son? Did ya? Did you, mate? No, you didn't. This ain't a server, come and play on my server video. This is how to set up your servers. There is an app. I just still don't like it personally. I don't see how anyone can, because you've got to copy and paste so much sometimes. I still think it's better to do it on a computer. If you've got to do it with a phone, you've got to do it with a phone. But yeah. Right. I'm going down the line again. I see it should be true. I'm just going to do that. True. True. Stop anyone doing stuff off. False allow cave flyers. That's a good one as well. You might want to have that in your server if you haven't seen it already. Again, I'm going to do that as well. Pop that in Discord. So it's all in Discord. Like I said, you can go ahead and copy and paste these if you want later. I think that's it really. I think that's it from the game user settings. I can't think of anything here that's a bit more complicated. Like it's all pretty self-explanatory. Just people were lazy. They don't go and look up what it means. Like I had to learn. You guys got to learn. I will say this. There are a couple ones like the platform saddle build area bounds multiplier. Obviously, if you want to increase the platform sizes, so you can build huge platforms and Brontos and stuff like that, you can have that there. That's a good one to have if it's not already showing, for sure. So I have that one. That's really it. I can't really think of anything else. Corpse locator should be there as well. Yeah. Now cave building PvE. I can't really think of anything else that's missing. Last few ones are Ragnarok has got some extra settings, so you can increase the volcano intensity. You can make the volcano explode more. You can make it explode less. Different times. You can turn the volcano completely off if you wanted to. And multiple tames unicorns. You can have this one. Apparently it says it's Ragnarok only. So it says it doesn't work, but you could give it a go. If you wanted more unicorns on your server, let me know if that works. I'm going to chuck it in. Let's see if it works on the stuff when I load up the server later. Equals true. And then these ones are the homestead stuff. So again, this should be here. If you've got a brand new server, they should appear. But you might want to copy and paste these ones in. And again, I've gone over this in the video, but always allow structure pickup. So basically, if you turn that to true, it disables the quick pickup timer. So it means you won't be able to pick up items, I do believe. It will be like old school Ark. Structure pick up time after placement. You can increase the time. So I've got mine set to 2 minutes at the moment. So you can literally, yeah, take 2 minutes to go ahead and pick up stuff, which is quite a lot. But yeah, that's just the way we've done it. Is it on this one? I'm not seeing many numbers. Yeah, there it is. Structure pick up time after placement, 2 minutes 40. No, 2 minutes 40, 4 minutes, 60 seconds, 120. 4 minutes I've done that. 4 minutes. Wow, that's maybe a bit too long. Maybe a bit too long. But you get the idea. So they're there, they're at the bottom. It says Ark Homestead specifics. Make sure you've got them pasted in if you want to make sure you're doing stuff with it too. And that is really it for that section. We're going to go into the game ini files now. So change that over to the game ini. Make sure you saved all your settings. It may take a while. If you've got multiple servers, you can't really edit more than one at a time. Or you can, but you can't stop and start multiple servers. Also, if you're doing this, use my code. Use the link that's in the description of any of my videos or in my About Me section. It will take you to the Ark splash page. Or I'll put one in the link of this description and use my code JPG to get 10% off. Right. Next, game ini. This is really where you're going to change a lot of stuff in game. So it's not server settings, it's just game settings. There's so much here that you can add. I'll be here all day. So unless anyone's going to shout out something they want to unlock. But if you want all engrams unlocked, you would use that one. Auto unlock all engrams. Well, T-Rex, unless you're really bad with accents, mate, I'm England. So you'd presume that. Only allows specified engrams. No, don't want that. What else we got? So friendly fire. Nope. Late egg interval. Breeding's a little bit difficult. I've never really got the hang of breeding, like breeding settings, but I've been learning a little bit more lately so that people can get imprints in, like 100% imprints, because that's a big problem. A lot of people have it too boosted. They can't get 100% imprints. So they're some of the ones that you probably need to adjust. Custom effectiveness multiplier. Nope. Just seeing if there's anything special here. Corpse locator. I think corpse locator should be in the other one, really. Don't know why it's in that one. Unlimited respecs, you might want to set that to true. Supply crate, baby cuddle, yeah, that's all that stuff. Tribe wear, crop decay, limit turrets in range. Okay, right, so this is the stuff that I think a lot of people really wanted to watch or kept asking me about, was how to really modify your server. This is pretty much the engine settings. If you go and look on the server, one that's got just normal. What one's got just normal? I don't think any of them do. They've all been converted. Let's try that one. Let's try this one. Go on general settings, go and turn it off just to show you guys. Right, if you haven't enabled expert mode, if you don't click that box, you should see you've got engine settings. Engine settings allow you to adjust stuff like how often dino spawns will do that, etc. In fact, you could probably have a look at this, and that will change exactly how much dinosaurs will spawn a little bit or not. The only problem is it doesn't give you a copy and paste link to put into the game. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Enables overwrite and spawn point. This will replace creatures sometimes as well. Engram entries, you can disable engrams. So literally you click on that and you can change exactly what you want. You can change the level for stuff. You can change if it's going to be disabled or not. Again, all of this stuff, if you're doing expert mode, you're going to need to find the copy and paste entries or do it yourself. I don't think it necessarily does it for you if you switch over to expert. But the best way to change it is do all these settings and then go to expert mode and see if it copies and saves it over. Mozzarella, hello mate, what's going on? Right, per level stats multiplier. If we click on this one, or default settings, no, should we do default settings? Yeah, let's do default settings second. And then create new setting. This basically shows you can change all sorts of stuff. Health, stamina, torpidity, oxygen, food, water, temperature, weight, melee damage, speed, temperature, fortitude and crafting. With that, obviously, you're increasing it by like 2 or 3. Some of the stats go up literally by 10. Some of the stats go up by times. So for health, I think it's every time you do 2, it will go up by 20 points. So if you do it 3, it's going to go up by 30 points. So that means every time you put a point into your player's health, you're going to get 30 points instead of just 1. There are some differences. Some of these won't do it just by 10 or 20 points. Some of it will only do it by 1 or 2 points. Again, you can look that up. It will tell you exactly in the wiki files. What you need to do though is remember what these are. So health is 0, stamina is 1, torpidity is 2, oxygen is 3, food is 4, water is 5, temperature is 6, weight is 7, 8 is melee damage, 9 is speed, 10 temperature fortitude, 12 crafting. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. We're going to change 8. If you look here now in my expert mode, I've had to copy over this code and you can see it says per level stats multiplier, player, and then it's got numbers. So these numbers are exactly relating to what we just did. So 0 is health, 1 is stamina, and number 8 should be weight. So at the moment, I've got 3 times weight. So every time you put a point into weight, you're going to get 3 times as much, which is pretty low really. I think a lot of my previous servers had that quite large. You could do it to 30, give it a test, and that means I'm going to have 30 times the amount of weight every time I put 1 point into my player stats multiplier level. There is a tool you can use which makes life a lot easier for this. No, I won't be making a video, Ty. This is it. This is it. If people have been asking me, I've already done an expert mode video explaining it. This is just for some people that still really didn't understand. So I was just going over a few extra bits, but I'm not spending any more time on this. It takes up way too much time and it's very peculiar. It's very unique. Not everyone's setting up their own servers. But I get the idea. You probably want a video that's got less rambling and stuff, but I've done that already. So go and check it out. If you want a bit of guide help with the expert mode, go and check out the expert mode video I did. It was only a couple of weeks ago, or last week I think. Anyway, there is, don't worry, this is already getting complicated. You're like, oh fuck me, I've got to remember the numbers. I just want to increase my stats. There is a tool you can use. And I've got it here. I'm going to show you the link. And I've done all this already, but I'm going to put the links in again. I like this little site. It's pretty good. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the little site I had? There it is. This is a decent little site. It actually does a lot of the work for you, so you can just adjust the numbers and it will make the paste file. So you just copy and paste it into your expert settings and it's job done. So I'm going to put that into the art tutorial as well, again. So again, if you're following along and you're looking at my Discord page later, you should be able to just follow it along, go right, that's the point where he posted that. I'll look at that now. What this one does is I'll go to the more recent one then. It does it for you. So you can literally go health, yeah, we'll have that by 2 times. Temperature, we'll have that by 3. Fortitude, we'll have that by 4. Speed, we'll have that by 2. 12, 2. Sometimes always worth doing like 2.0s. You can do your dinos as well. Now, I've done this, I've explained this in so many guides because this is the stuff you can do in your single player as well. You can change how many points your tamed creatures get. And you can do all this on single player actually. This is all something you can do on Xbox and PlayStation. I've done server tutorials on that, so go and check them out as well. But you can do that for tamed dinos, so how much they get per level you put into them. So water 12, I don't know, stamina 5, food 2. That's that 12. And then you've got wild dinos, so this is terms like how many levels they'll get once you've tamed them, I do believe, from wild. When you've done that, when you've adjusted, you've changed, you've added all the settings that you want, you've boosted your player speed, your damage, your stamina, just click generate code. And then if you go to the bottom of it, it adds it there for you. So you just copy and paste it, and then you go over to your site and you just pop it in here. That's it. That's all you've got to do to have the player level stats sorted, is just pop it and copy and paste it in there. That's one way of doing it. Like I said, if you can learn it, it's better. So if you pay attention to what these are, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then you can literally go in the files, type in per level stats multiplier underscore player, set it to exactly what you want, and do the same for the dinos, or just go ahead and use that tool, and that tool will probably help you out. It's a lot quicker and a lot easier. You haven't been on Ark since fixes for extinction, no? Yes, I live in Pyro. I have had issues with aberration creatures on aberration, Valguero. That's why I wanted to test some stuff today. I'm going to be changing a few things. I'm going to see if it works. But basically, it works on PC. It should work on Xbox and PS4. It looks like there's a lot of problems with Valguero just affecting the game. So, for sure, if you have had problems with them, try changing the location. We'll go through that in a minute as well. So, don't have it in aberration. If you want rock drakes to spawn, try putting them somewhere else. If you want reapers to spawn, try putting them in another location in aberration and not just like the rock drake trench or whatever. Oh, thank you, Envy. He's a ledge. It's alright. Well, it won't be no good to you unless you're setting up your own servers. Curious Sheep, how you doing, bud? Right, next we've got, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can actually see some of this stuff. Valguero has all the engrams unlocked other than extinction. You've got aberration, you've got scorched earth, you can make all the items. There should be the resources to make all the items on the map. If you wanted the extinction items, you would copy and paste all this stuff. And you can find this anywhere. This is something that you can change and you can do. And again, it's just about looking it up. But this will mean that you're unlocking certain things at different levels. You can just do unlock all engrams, and so that's what that auto unlock does. I think I showed you guys that auto unlock earlier. What that will do is when you get to level 10, all engrams that are level 10 you'll unlock. When you get to level 50, you'll unlock all level 50 engrams. So automatically. So it's kind of a big cheaty one, but because there are so many engrams, particularly if you're playing single player, you're not going to have enough points. So the only way to do it is by cheating, which just gives you all the engrams in one go if you use that command in single player. Or if you're playing on a small server of just your friends, you might want all the engrams to unlock alongside you. So that's why you would put allow all engram unlocks, whatever it was. Again, it's in Discord. And then this makes sure that they unlock at certain levels though, like you will get the extinction stuff. if you're playing on Ragnarok or Scorched Earth and you still want Extinction, you want Aberration, you want stuff, you need to find the codes for them and put them in. What you can do is just look it up again. So engram entry auto unlocks, literally just type that in. Engram auto unlocks. In fact, we'll go over probably to Pastebin. There's so many. You look on Reddit, you look on the forums, you'll find one and you just adjust and change it. So this one's got one, look, unlock all engrams, no tech. Aberration unlocks, extinction. Let's look at the aberration ones. With the Spinos, yeah. Have you managed to get Reapers to spawn on console? Because that was one I was having problems with. And Drakes. I did get Gatchas spawning at one point. So there you go. And then same thing again. When you're using Pastebin, this is another good site. I've again always linked this in the previous video, but I'm going to do it again once more. What you want to do is, excuse me, copy the raw paste data. Don't copy this data. Copy the raw paste data. Copy that. Go back to your server and then go ahead and type it in and paste it, and that's it. You'll have all the engrams unlocked for Aberration, and this guy's made quite a few. Click on his name, Jeb5800. He's got loads. Spawn info Valguero, might do that in a minute. Auto unlock Homestead, level equalizer, the island. Some of these might only work with mods, but you never know. Fertilized eggs, what does that one do? I don't even know what that one does. What does that do? Does that give fertilized eggs when you do something, or they always fertilized when they're born? Not born. That doesn't make sense, does it? That's just a code, right? That's just for him. If you want to give yourself a fertilized egg, that's how you do it. That's just a code of this. So yeah, find people like that on Pastebin. I've put a link in Discord anyway. He sounds like he's got some good commands here. Auto unlock all tech. So there you go. He's got every single one of them. So you've got all the Scorched Earth stuff, normal weapons. It's just all been added in. There's loads. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. Loads. All the tech stuff. You get the idea. So, that's how you add entry auto unlocks and stuff like that. If we go down a little bit more, you can see I've got all my tech stuff unlocking at level 100. So as soon as you hit 100, you're going to get every bit of tech item. You don't need to clear the bosses. You'll just simply unlock it all at level 100. It's going to be I think I said Ark and Daisy. Curious, Ark and Daisy. So yeah, I did forget to put in the thumbnail. I did, but we'll have a little look at Daisy as well. I haven't tested spawns because I haven't been on Ark. You got Reapers spawning in around the waters as well. Oh, nice, Living Pirate. Maybe I'll change that. Maybe I'll try that then. So what ones are you having issues with then? Because you said you had problems. Next up is this. Level ramp overrides. If you noticed, it's here. Remember, this is what this does. Doing expert mode basically transfers a lot of the engine settings over. But yeah, so if you want ramp overrides, something I'm never really bothered with too much, but you can literally say it's going to cost how many levels to get something. So like, I don't know, 10. So to get level 10, it's only going to cost 2 points or whatever it is. You can change it. You can change it. You really got to know what you're doing with that one. That one, I ain't going to lie, is probably going to be a little bit above me because I just don't see the point in changing it. What I did was I just went and copy and pasted someone else's What it should do is make things a little bit easier, that you'll get more experience points for stuff. It's a big long ass code as well, but just go and copy it, paste it from someone, and see if it works. And that is probably the best thing I would say in how to do that one. You can see how big it is. It's literally going to include like every point in the game, every like experience point you need to unlock all the items. So you can see I need 2,890,300 and no, that's stupid number. Stupid number. You get the idea. But yeah, that's what you might need. Override player level engrams. Look that up. In the radioactive zone. Yeah, there does seem to be some sort of stuff. One person, don't use his videos. Well, you could use his videos, but don't, for fuck's sake, buy anything he sells. Is Jay Carter. I had an argument with him. I was like respecting he was doing lots of guides, tutorials at Ark, and then I found out he was charging people money to sell them server settings. He was charging people like £30, £40, $40, and he would literally copy and paste what I've done for free on my servers, and he would just go and give you that file. And he'd done some guides showing you how. He'd done a lot of that, and he was partnered. But I just thought it was really scummy, charging people for something you could look up yourself. I know not everyone's got the time, so maybe if money's no object to you, but I don't know, it still felt a bit scummy. It still felt a bit just not right. It didn't feel like it was someone trying to help people. And he says it, he's just a business. He doesn't care. It's just about business for him. That's maybe why he's just a shit YouTuber. But yeah, he does lots of guides, so you'll probably come across him if you ever looked up any tutorials. Whenever he's explaining something, it's more or less what I'm doing now. He's done exactly what I've done. He's looked up server tutorials, he's looked up places on the forums and found copy and paste bins, and he's just regurgitating that to you lot. It's not hard, you just got to know what to look for. So go ahead and watch his videos, but for Christ's sake, don't give him any money. I mean, I personally wouldn't even give him the view, because I think he's a bit scummy. But hey, some people probably would pay for that. Yeah, old school DJ. Hello, mate. Yeah, he was. He's got videos on it. It says it, or he has a package, or he has a consultation where he'll do it for you for 40 quid. I don't spend the video bitching about other people, but there we go. That's something to bear in mind. Some of the guides are okay, they're decent, but he's literally doing it just to make money. I guess all YouTubers might be doing that eventually when they get a bit bigger, but I don't know. I don't do this necessarily to make loads of money. I'm doing it to try and help people learn how to make their game better. So yeah, look it up elsewhere though. You can look up exactly what it does, raising the engram points. And you can find it. You can find examples and stuff like that. What you have to do with this one is you have to like duplicate it a lot. So where it says like 15, you have to literally put it in a bunch of times so it equals the exact amount of 5,750 engram points. It's a complicated one. You might not need to bother with it, especially if you've got some of the other server settings going on. So don't pay attention too much. I would say just copy and paste that from something you've seen. But that's the override level engram points. You can see it's quite big. We're going through it now. D-Sav, hello mate. Bargain. Old school. Well, that's it. Someone's offered me to like give me money because they wanted help, and that's why I thought, no, I ain't doing that. But I will do a little live stream, and we'll talk about some of the stuff you guys have been asking. Player level engram points. Go down, 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 down. It's a big code. This is basically got all the engram points in it, and you need a little bit more. Okay, whew. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. What we're looking at now is tame dino. No, max overrides max experience points player. That's what you need to increase so you get levels. So at the moment it's what, 115 max level if you do all the ascensions. You can increase that. So we've got players on our servers with level 240, 238, and it means you can keep putting points into your character. So you could make it a bit OP. You might not want it that high, but that's exactly how many points there are. So that's how many times you can level up. Same goes for Dino, I do believe, as well. You'll keep gaining experience for the dinos, and you can keep putting levels into your dinosaurs by increasing that number. So I'm going to put them in my little Discord little page just for you guys down. Kieran, morning, mate. Hello. Yeah, the countdown website is down. I need help. We've got some code in Discord, and we need to decipher it. There's something we've missed. There is something in that countdown that gives us more clues about what's coming. Not just Genesis, but something bigger, something different. I've pasted it all in my Discord, so you should go and check it out there if you guys want. But yeah, right. That's what that one does anyway. And then next one, we've got Dino class resistance. So basically, this is just going to literally mean that they'll have less resistance or more resistance, etc. They'll basically do more damage, and they're going to be easier to kill. I think people have done this for rock drakes, because the rock drakes I've got, when they work, when you kill them, they drop an egg, and they'll drop a fertilized egg. It'll only be level 1, but you will have a level 1 fertilized egg, and then hopefully you can trade that with the admins for level 150. That's the idea anyway. So we've made it so that you can they're easier to kill, but they also do a little bit more damage to you when they hit you, just for a bit of a challenge. Art part 2, yeah, maybe, mate. Good night, Aussie Becca. Have a good night, darling. Charlie, Xbox is a little bit quieter than PS4, mainly because I've not been on it. Servers only generally are around when I'm on them. But my son is playing on Xbox, so I'm thinking of me and him doing a father and son Let's Play of Ark. So look out for that soon. Right, next up we're going for config override max quantity. This one is basically so you can stack meat. So some of the meats you can't stack, like raw mutton, prime fish meat and prime meat. If you copy and paste these, you can have it stackable. So again, I'm going to put that there. Big shout out to Crazy Bear who found that code for me. That's all that means. It just means you can have stackable prime meats. So it's a pretty useful one. I know a lot of people like them ones. You can add griffins with these server settings. Yep, you can. I'm going to show you how that works in a minute. Next up is if you want dinosaurs to drop certain loot. So config override supply crate items, and then you've got supply crate string dino drop inventory. That's pretty much different from supply crates, obviously, but the very first beginning part is the same. So just look out for this when you're doing it. But basically, you need to look this up a little bit more. You can have it that certain creatures will spawn or will drop certain items. So there you go. When I've got rock drakes working, they're going to drop fertilized eggs. What else have we got? They've got classes. So like huge, medium, mega and small. And they'll all drop different things. At the moment on my servers, small carnivores, so like raptors, terrorbirds, they drop cryopods. And that's what it does. It's a great big long one. You can see I've put the cryopod there. And they're huge long codes, and you've got to get them right. So you're going to need a bit of help with this one. You're probably going to need to find a paste bin that's already got it. There is a generator that you can do, or there's the coding that you can do it yourself. Click on this guy again. He's pretty useful. Don't know if he's got it. Loot item sets, maybe. Dino drop inventory. There we go. Yeah, so that's the first part. These are the names of it. So if you want something to drop, it's going to drop that. So you can individually list. So if you want Gigas to drop something specific, maybe you want it to drop tech element or something like that, you'd copy and paste that. You'd put it into your file. All the way at the back. I'm going to do it just for the shows. And then you maybe just copy one above it if you've already got one in, or that one there. So I've got a huge gigant. You know what? Maybe I will put element there. Should we try putting element there? And I'm just going to copy and paste the rest. It's important you get the commas and the speech marks exactly right. If you don't get them exactly right, it's not going to work. You can have spaces in it sometimes, and that's okay. Don't worry. I'm just copying that whole line. This is why I feel like you need to do this on a computer. And then we'll just go above it again. So I've got the gigant there. I'm going to copy and paste that one. And now we're going to change it to element. So if we look, where's the line? There we go. So it's a bit hard, you've got to search it, but you would basically swap out whatever you want to drop. So if you've got that working, you've got your creature in there, you literally get rid of that. Remember, I've got the 2 marks there. This look up tech engram, tech element ID. I don't know why I called it tech, it's just element, isn't it? And then what you're looking for is primal item. You don't need the whole code, you can't put the whole code in, so don't copy and paste the whole code. You just need that bit up to the C. Whether it says primal item resource or primal item, whatever it is, it always begins primal item. That's the code you need. Go back, copy and paste it in between the 2 things. Make sure it matches exactly one that you've already got below or above. And by rights, that should start giving element now when you kill a gigant. That's what it should do anyway. Might need to adjust the timing. So yeah, you need to increase the amount sometimes maybe. So let's try that. Let's do 2. We'll see how that goes. 2. If it's too small, I'll change it later. But there you go. We've just done something. We've added element drops to gigas. And obviously you'd make sure you save and you're doing all the right stuff. A living pirate. Yes, mate. We've got that. I was one of the first people to do that. Back in the day when I had my own servers. First servers going on Xbox and PS4, I found the berry bush and we would use them for patron tokens. So if you were a patron at a high level, you got extra tokens to have more spawns or different stuff added in. I got rid of them from patron though because I felt like it was pay to win. I felt a bit scummy. That was basically saying to people, if you want more dinos, free dinos, you have to pay $20 and you'll get free berry bush tokens to spend on whatever dinos you want. And that's some people don't mind, I guess, nowadays with the way cosmetics and microtransactions and shit like that go. But I don't know, it just felt a bit scummy. So we got rid of that. But we just added it again. We've got berry bush spawning at the moment on server and we're encouraging everyone to use it as currency. Berry bush is a seed or berry item that you can't use. It doesn't have any use. And yeah, we're using it for like, if you earn them in game, you can go ahead and get an admin to give you certain items for them. Can you have stacks of 1,000? Yeah, you could do, Charlie, if that's what you wanted them. Epic Ark. Amphomia. Yeah, he's alright. We'll see how it goes. Right, next up. What are we doing? I'm losing the will to live. It's like... So yeah, you can change drops. You can do whatever you want with the drops. You just got to find the names. Now there is again, it's all there. It's all there. If you type in, so Dino, best thing to do to look it up for yourself as well is config Dino. Just copy that bit and type it into Google. Google's your friend. It'll have it on the Steam ones. It'll have the community. There's all sorts. What's this one? There you go. You've got a copy and paste one. It's listed all there. The only thing I've got with this is max. Oh, this is the size of the stacks. Okay, so you could change the stack sizes even more. So not just the meats. You know what? That's a good one to have. I'm going to copy and paste that and put that into my Discord. I'm going to use that later. Because that's got stuff on it that I didn't think about increasing, like element shards and honey. That would be good to have more. I mean, to be fair, this is a bit redundant because you've got item stack size multiplier now. So that does it for you automatically. But maybe you don't want that automatically and you want individual ones. You just want to increase how much crystal you can hold or how much obsidian or whatever, like in stacks. Then, yeah, you just change these numbers at the end. But still, it's pretty worth knowing. Well, that wasn't what we was looking for, to be fair. Here we go. You copy and paste that, work out what items are dropping, change them around like I showed you guys, just find the ID for it, make sure it begins with primal item resource, copy and paste that in the right spot, and you can change and mix up all sorts of things that are going to drop. I think I've explained that enough. I hope I have anyway, because it's all you're getting. Viking, I don't mate. Nearly there. Right, so we've done that. No, supply crates, that was it. You know what? I'm going to copy that one. That's why it was showing me that, because I was looking at that again. There is a good little website. I did find one that does a lot of it for you, but you've got to be able to... it's a bit long using it. So personally, I think you might just might as well just do it. Yes, in the server configuration files as well. So you can literally change stuff in here somewhere. It's probably at the bottom. There you go. Gives you a little bit more information about it, exactly how to do it. You've got the stack sizes, exactly how much it's going to be. Pretty much it lists exactly, tells you what you need to do. So you get the idea. Beacon's good. Beacon does drops. There's another one that I found. Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of it. We'll look it up in a second. It's a website. It's not an app. It's just a website, and it allows you to do all sorts of stuff. I think it's similar to Beacon, but it's not an app. It's just a website. I'll find it in a minute. Right. Dino drops we've covered. Now supply crates. So Beacon is probably the best way to do the supply drops, really, I suppose. Beacon. Just type Beacon Ark. I haven't really got to grips with this yet. I have not really messed around with this too much. I've got it on my app somewhere. Beacon, there we go. But I'll show you briefly. So we'll just do like a new Beacon file. You got to sync this up with your Nitrado account. So I think there's a way to do it. If you click on this, like one of these buttons, import config files, it will ask what one you want to do it. Nitrado. It'll probably ask you to log in. It takes a few moments. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to take your file from the Trado, and then it gives you the opportunity to edit them. So you log in, do that, etc. I'm not really going to cover this too much. I probably need to better video, more time with me actually getting used to it. But what you can do is change all the drops. You can just do it all. It's going to be a while now, so we'll cancel that out. And so yeah, you can change the drops whatever you want. So we've got iron blue, dino consumables. You can increase the quantity of it, so you can add more to the drops. Cooked ribs, is that a thing? Oh, it's primitive plus. I was going to say. I wonder if that works. I don't know. I don't think you can do it. Get primitive plus items in the main game. That'd be amazing. But you get the idea. You can change whatever you want. Put it inside the drops, click OK, and it will start adding it to the loot pool. There is some things you've got to be careful with the weighting of it, because if you get the weighting wrong, you might never see something spawn in one of the loot drops because you've turned the weight up too much on something else. But you can adjust it and do it on all the drops. It's pretty much there. You can do loot quality scaling, so you can increase like the loot that's drops anyway. Does this as well? Loot drops and trader circle control, player time experience, stack sizes, harvest rates. Oh, that seems to be adding a lot. There you go. I didn't even realise. Beacon Omi. Oh, you got to buy it though. Okay, this is a paid one. Ooh, don't know if you like paid ones. No, thank you very much. But yeah, beacon, loot drops, do it. If you don't want to do that, you want to do it all yourself, good luck. It takes a lot of time. There is a site, I'm trying to remember it. We'll probably find it. I've probably put a list somewhere. Prim Plus is just not happening. He's just said he hasn't got time. He's got no allocation. It's only him working on it. Only ever has been. And he's obviously working. He's not just doing community management, because he's not doing a lot really other than being on Twitter. I like said I do, but damn, there's a lot of posts on the community forums that ain't getting answered, not even by mods. So yeah, he's obviously working on the new DLC or whatever as well. Right, last one. So loot drops, change it, do what you want. Cave quality loot. We have got some problems. People have got the same saddles in one particular drop, so they want that changed. So I may look at that one day, but it's not high on my priorities at the moment. But there's loads of bonuses. Like it's still 10 times better loot than you normally get from the base game. You could just increase the loot, the drop loot if you want. That's another good way of doing it. You'll just get extra ascendant loot, but you still might get like an ascendant crop plot. Loot games, hello mate. No, they've not said what happens either, Vikings, nothing. It still ain't made no decisions. Yeah, I know, I always look so different. People were always shocked. Young. And a bit more dopey looking, I think. The hair's probably not helping with the bigness. Foragers at today, Loot Games. I'm going to be on it, mate. I've tried sending off a request for a Switch version, but I've got it on Steam. I played the other day. I'm loving it. I'm going to do a little guide, a tutorial on it. WC is toilet, Charlie. No, or wildcard. Guess who's back? Back again. Anyway, so that's supply crates. That's how you work out that stuff. Now the big one. I'll tell you what, I didn't leave a link for Beacon. Ark Beacon. No, fuck off. Ark Beacon. I think it's even got it supported, like in the Ark wiki. It says to go and use the Beacon app, which is pretty cool. I think Charlie's probably a bit young, that's all. That's the other thing as well. Some people just don't give a shit. You know, like we all get involved in the drama and we're like, oh, wildcard are crap. They've done this to the game, they've broke this, they've broke that. Some people just like, nah, I'm just happy to know the update's dropping. Or I don't really care, I'm just playing my game. Oh look, I've got an update, I wonder what's in it. You'd be surprised how many people don't give a monkeys about what wildcard get up to and all this stuff. But there we go. It's in Discord. Remember, this is all in Discord, this whole page. All the most useful things I think you should be looking up and taking a look and playing around with. Once you do this, it's better. It's great. You can do so much with all this stuff, like and just enjoy of setting stuff up yourself. I'd get into it. I do. You think, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I'll have this like that. So it's definitely worth doing. The wiki does a fine job of also telling you what's in the loot. So even if you're playing official server settings, if you didn't realise, or you can go and check out exactly what drops, so you know whether or not it's worth it. Right. Next up, oh god, I need coffee. I've got to get going. I ain't even done my Ark video for today. Not a lot, love. Not a lot. I'm just still going through all these settings. It's a boring one for people that aren't into it. But hopefully it's helping people out. Right. Dino spawns are broke. Some of them are working, some aren't. I've tried my best to get some to work, including the Reapers and the Rock Drakes in the Valguero area. But it's just something's just not right. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. But they're just not working. Other ones are working. I've got Griffins spawning. We've got Venusaur spawning. We've got Gasbag spawning. We've got Shinehorns. But the one that's the problem is the Reapers and the Rock Drakes. So what you're looking for with this is config add MPSP spawn entries container. There's one that says replace. Don't use the replace. Or if you do, you really got to make sure you've done it right. The add is better because it doesn't necessarily muck things up as much. I've explained this. I did explain this more in the video. But when you look up spawn locations on the Ark Wiki, I think it's spawn locations, spawn entries. There we go. Spawn entries. This lists every spawn location. This is the places on the map basically where creatures will spawn. Every map's here listed. You've got Ragnarok, you've got the Centaur, you've got Extinction, Aberration. If you go all the way down to the bottom, obviously, because they've just added Valguero, you can see you've got the different ones for the places to spawn. So in theory, all you should be doing is, I'm going to shut some of these now, make it a bit easier. In theory, all you should be doing is copying one of these over, whacking it in after you've put the config add in species. Again, this might need a bit of copy and pasting or finding out a little bit more. And then putting in whatever creature you want. That's it. That's as simple as it goes. So you've got Twitch Fertile Land, you've got Twitch Fertile Land Easy, Biowater. Like if you said that works, Pirate, I might try that and see if I can get them spawning down there then. Because they're not working in the Rock Drake Trench for sure. That's the one we've tried the most. And they just don't, there's nothing happening. They're just not working. So I might mix that up a little bit later myself. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that now. Let's do that now. Twitch Biowater. We'll add that. We're going to copy and paste the one that says Rock Drakes. There you go. Rock Drakes is down there. And we want the name of it. So we're just going to simply cut out that bit there. Remember, always in between speech marks. And then, there you go. I've added it now. So by rights, I should have lots of Rock Drakes spawning in the Biowater, if that's right. Now, the important thing with this is, if you've got more than one creature being added, say you want all the extinction creatures to spawn in the Chalk Hills, you need to add all the entries in one line. So you've got to have the gas bags in there. You can see the gas bag there. You've got to have the next line of dinosaur, whatever it is. You can't have basically two Chalk Hills. You can't copy that exact one and have it pasted below with another dinosaur. They've all got to be part of the same line. And that's something you should know for expert mode as well. Most of these have got to be on the line. you know, don't, if you copy and paste something sometimes, this is where problems lie. Don't let it start at second line unless it has definitely said it needs a second line. There are some things like these that need it, but normally anything config, override or configs, they should all just be one line. So if you want more creatures spawning in the chalk hills, you've got to find the right codes and make sure they're all in the one line like this. And remember, these lines get long, they can be confusing. That's why I go ahead and just find paste bins. Paste bin Ark extinction Valguera. Yeah, go for it, Living, if you don't mind, mate. I've got my own paste bin files as well. And this is one of them. This is probably the one I copied, actually. It is a bit. It does get a bit complicated because what you got to make sure is you not only got the entry name correct if you're doing this manually, but you've also got to make sure you've got the weighting right and you've also got the names right as well. Has this guy done any more? Let's have a look. Extinction items, dinos and items. See, when you look in Pastebin, lots of guys will probably have the same stuff. So if you've got any other creatures that you want going on, you can do. Primitive plus aberration. Let's try that. What is he doing there? He's adding more stuff. Oh, he's adding Scorched Earth spawns to aberration map. There you go. If you wanted that, that's another thing. So yeah, it can be a bit difficult. If you again look at the actual the wiki, it does show you exactly how to explain it. Oh, it's not there now, is it? Ark config. Go all the way down, all the way. There you go. So you've got max quantity, level experience. Where's the overrides? That's a good one, actually. I've not messed around with too much. Config override crafting costs. Say you've got the island map, but you want all the extinction items, or you want all the aberration items, but you won't be able to make them because you can't get rare gems, you can't get mushrooms, certain stuff, fungal wood. You can change exactly what it made. So this is what fiber servers do. So you ever seen a server advertise a PvP server normally where everything costs fiber? You literally, everything. You can make tech benches, tech guns, ammo for 1 fiber, 2 fiber, 5 fiber. That's what that does. That changes everything there. So it's definitely open that link up there. I'm going to use that. I'm going to click and copy that one into. I'm wondering if there's something you can do with that. There's probably something you can do in Beacon ID as well, the Beacon one. What if there's like just a template? But yeah, config overrides. That's how you change stuff to all fiber if that's what you wanted. There's a fight. What was the fight for? With who? What, Discord? Wow, it's all going on in my Discord. Anyway, I'm posting that Ark tutorial link. I ain't getting involved. They can sort their lives out themselves. Always going on. Life of a YouTuber and all that bollocks. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Anyway, where was we? Where was we, people? Where was we? Config override. Yeah, I'm trying to. Hopefully, I'm explaining this well for people that are watching later on. Obviously, not live stream, and hopefully, it's going to go down well. I can't baby you. You guys have got to learn how to do it yourself. I can only show you so many times how to do something, but hopefully, I'll give you some sort of clue about how some of this works. What I'm noticing at the moment, though, is that definitely this is working on PC, but it's not working on Xbox and PS4 for some reason. I've tested it extensively on PC because you can put a transmitter down. It shows you all the spawns. It's like an S Plus transmitter, and it shows that rock drakes are spawning, that reapers are spawning. It's only when I've just copy and pasted it, and that's all I've done, and put it on the Xbox or the PS4, it hasn't worked. Other things are working, like snow owls, griffins, etc. They all work. But yeah, if you add in one more creature, it won't affect any other creatures that spawn there as well. That's the other thing to remember too. If you are worried about it's going to affect other creatures, if the numbers are too high, it might start affecting other creatures. So you can see there's some numbers here where it spawns the weight in. Don't have these numbers too high. I've said this in another video. If you have these numbers at like 1 or 2, you'll have thousands of them creatures spawning. There is a entry weight, and then there is a what do you call it? An entry weight, max percentage entry weight. Max percentage of desired number to allow. Just for safety, don't put that above 2. Test it, see if something's spawning. If it's not, go ahead and increase it a little bit. If you have that number too high, it may stop other creatures spawning. So you can see there's not many here that are above 1 or above 2. And I'm talking about 0.1, 0.2. Don't have it at just 2. 2 is a big number, 1's a big number in terms of this. So if you're having problems not seeing a creature, just go ahead and increase the 0.2, 0.1. You can try a bit more. I've got 0.5 for the rock drakes just to see if those are going to work. But clearly there's something wrong with that code. So I'll look into that one. I'm still looking at this fight in Discord. Chill out, people. Jeez. Take it to DMs. Right, anyway. Anywho. I'm going to change that later. I'm going to see if that works. And we'll see if it works in a Twitch Bible. So thanks for that. Appreciate it, Pirate. We'll see if that goes on. It's really finicky. You forget to do one little thing. You forget to put that little speech mark there. Or you don't do the underscore somewhere. And some of these have underscores, some of them don't. You put the number wrong slightly, everything can break it basically, and it won't work. It doesn't necessarily mean it completely break it, but it just means it's not going to work. And like I said, if you copy the same entry location, so if you have 2 chalk hills, then it will take the first one and ignore the second one. Some places have multiple names, so you've got like Twitch Fertile Land C, and then you've got Twitch Fertile Land Mix. So they're different biomes, they're different areas that creatures will spawn, and Twitch Fertile Land Easy. So pay attention to that. If sometimes you might not be realizing that they are different, and you'll be trying to make them spawn, and you're like, why isn't it not working? But there could be different names. The best thing to do is definitely go over what I said was the names of the files, which I can't find now. God damn it! God damn it! What page was it? Was it that one? Spawn entries. There you go. Spawn entries. But it's interesting to see where they spawn as well. So again, same on servers. You should be able to find these on regular Ark servers just by looking at the locations, and you'll work out exactly what creatures spawn where and whether or not you want to change them. I've wanted to test out, and I still haven't had time. I want to see if I can get nameless, because they only spawn in certain conditions. Even if you spawn them overground, they won't. They'll only spawn in dark areas. So I want to see if I can spawn nameless in caves on the island, on Ragnarok, and the centre map. I thought that would be pretty cool. Take out some of the creatures that are there and just have nameless spawning as a bit of a challenge. Or reapers, stuff like that too. Right. Bum 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 bum. Drama alert. Ark alert. No, I'm not recruiting SGT. What do you mean? We've got daytime ones, we've got nighttime ones. You should know I don't have loads of admins on my servers. There's too much abuse goes on. I appreciate it, mate, but no. We're all good at the moment. I've just added King as well, so he's going to be helping out in American times. Oh, and Xbox, we've got a few. One issue doesn't mean we need lots of things, especially if you're not reporting it. So if you've got any problems on servers, always report it in Discord. What's best to use, Beacon or Nipero? I've never heard of Nipero. Is that a new one, Joseph? But we will. We'll see how it goes. I'm thinking of doing, I want to set up a new server where it's going to be something like you can't tame carnivorous creatures. So if I do that and you're up for playing on that one, maybe you can help me admin on that server. I want to try something different. So I'm going to have like carnivorous creatures can't be tamed. I might make it primitive as well, just to make it even harder. So something like Primitive Plus. Well, what do you want them to be on for? I don't understand. What do you need an admin to be on for? Most of them have got lives too. They don't need to be on 24/7. Fluffy, you sorted that out, did you? Well done, Mum. Right, anywho, I think we're nearly done. And that's really it, really. I could spend years talking about that. I did tell people I was going to make a video showing you how to spawn griffins in. Well, that's it. I just copy and paste a code I find. I change the numbers slightly just to make sure they're not going to overspawn. Sometimes they do. Griffins do overspawn. Some creatures do have problems. It's a big problem actually with rot drakes. It used to be on Ragnarok and Island. If you had rot drakes spawning, what would happen was, even if you had the number at 0.1, they would overspawn and you'd have thousands of them. Or it's happened with casinos as well. If that happens, there is some stuff you can do. I think that they've fixed it now mostly, but there's another code you can do that clamps down on the spawning. But it's usually what you just need to do is keep doing dino wipes and make sure you got it set at 0.1. Maybe change the area that they're spawning in, see if that affects it or helps out as well. So if you do notice anything over spawning, tweak the results, turn the numbers down a little bit, switch up where it spawns in a different location, etc. So for griffins, I have, where is it? I've got basilisk spawning in jungle, they work, they're fine. Griffins are here. So Griffins are spawning in the same location as Venusaur. I did both of them creatures, and they're both spawning in the savannah area of Valguero. So that's it. You just copy and paste that in. Make sure you got the weights right, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You can have more creatures spawning in different locations. If you want Griffins spawning in 5 different locations, you can do. But remember, these are added. They shouldn't be replacing anything. The Griffins are reduced. They probably need a dino wipe though. You should always get your admins to do 1 dino wipe a day. Especially when you start adding more creatures. You don't necessarily need to do dino wipes a day when you don't have any of this stuff on. But when you have got more creatures spawning, always get them wiping at least once a day. Just to keep numbers down and make sure nothing is over spawning. Any questions? Anything anyone wants to ask? You can go ahead and leave a comment in this box and I will try and help you a little bit. But like I said, I made this video live stream because I was trying to cover some of the stuff that you guys said you had problems with. Things that you can't control at the moment that are just broke with Valguero. Invisible wyverns. The invisible broodmother. Creatures not spawning in certain locations with the settings. Some settings not working like PvE fly carry. That's stuff that's not under my control. Nitrado, that's down to Ark and the devs. They've got to fix that. Things people ask a lot and you can't do. You can't spawn in more than level 1 fertilized eggs. I don't think you can anyway. I swear I did it once. I swear I had a code that could spawn them in. So if you're trying to get rock drakes, maybe if you kill them, they drop a fertilized eggs to level 150. The way rock drakes and wyverns work is it's based on what's around them. So in the wyvern trench, you've got the wyvern nests. The eggs that spawn will be based on how many wyverns are close to it and what levels they are. And now it's like a procedural thing. So that's why rock drake eggs, you can't really get, you won't get nests anywhere. You can't change nests. You can't change the wyvern nest to rock drake nests. It's just not doable unless you've got a mod. The only way you can get rock drake eggs on a server is by having them drop from a creature. And like I said, at the moment, as far as I'm aware, you can only get level 1. Trying to think of anything else that other people have like asked to do. Yeah, like someone asked about locking tech items or being able to lock tech teleporters. I don't think you can lock teleporters. Yeah, there's just certain things. It's not PC. These aren't mods. They're just messing around with the ini files. They're just cheats, basically. So there are going to be limits to what you can do. Modding is a great thing. It's nice and easy. But you can do so much with this on Xbox and PS4. You could make a whole island filled with nothing but T-Rexes. You could make an island filled with nothing but dodos. You could make island filled with nothing but level 2000 creatures. And you can make their damage output really hard. You can take away all ammo and all guns. You could take away all tech items. They're the sort of things you can do with your own server. That's why I like doing them. They're pretty good like that. So, yeah, there we go. Twitch, YouTube, hello, goodbye. I think that's pretty much covered now. Any more questions, like I said, leave it here. If you need help, all the settings that I've posted, little bits for you, point you in the right direction. It will be in, I'm going to show you the actual chat now. Where is it? Ark tutorial, there you go. So you can see I've just pasted lots of them little helpful little bits and bobs for you guys. Come in here and try it out. But that's it. I'm not going to be answering too many more questions. I'm not going to do any more videos. I might do like a Griffin video maybe. And I might do one once I've got it working, aberration creatures, just to make sure it is working. But probably not in the next few days as I'm busy looking for my car. And I've still got loads of other content to do. So yeah, use my code. Make sure you click on the links though. That helps me out. Otherwise it doesn't support me if you're just using my code and not clicking on the links. Jump into this link here. In fact, I've got one specially for Ark now. I've got to change that because I've got one for DayZ and one for Ark. I did say DayZ, didn't I? You know what? Let's try a DayZ server. This might take a while. Can we reinstall? Let's reinstall a server. No, it's gonna have to be. It's gonna take a while. It's going to take a while. The DayZ servers, there aren't that much options you can do at the moment, and I presume it's going to be pretty much the same for Xbox PS4 as it is PC. But alright, let's try. I'm going to reinstall something. No, cancel. Switch game. Let's switch games to DayZ. Atlas is there, but yeah. Well, if I've done it right, Palmer, Element should start spawning gigas. I've got to copy and paste it over, which I'll do a bit later on. But that should mean that, yeah, you'll start getting Element and gigas. Right, DayZ. So, DayZ, Xbox and PlayStation servers are coming, but it won't be till like next week. You know what? I really want to have the server setting that says PS4, Xbox. I could go ahead and put one up on DayZ right now, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna take forever. We'll see how it goes. I'll install it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I added it in just now on PC, or I will do. We'll add it in for the Xbox and PlayStation servers a little bit later. You have a random chance for a fishing rod's blueprint. What, from killing creatures? In gigas. Oh, okay. Oh, Pencils has got more stuff going on. Shut all these down, actually. Let's have a little look and see if we've got anything more going on. Ark. Or maybe it's updating progress. Just broke. Every time I clicked on the website, it's broke, Pencils. What you talking about? Oh, okay, I've seen this before. They've changed it a little bit. Where's the forums? That's the splash page where you buy it. Oh, I don't like it. Yeah, no, that's something's up with that. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Leaders. Yeah, I'm hungry too. I need to go and get food. Oh, it's going to take forever. Come on. I'm going to do that another time. I'm going to do it another time. Do you know why? Because I want to show it on an Xbox or PS4 where it says Xbox PS4, because I think by then they'll have made some items simple. But DayZ doesn't have nowhere near the customization of Ark. Just FYI. If you're looking for your own DayZ server, it's not going to be the same sort of customization. Mainly because the devs haven't released that kind of stuff. So you'll only be able to do very basics like see who's on the server, ban people from server. That's it really. Like, you're not going to be able to spawn shitloads of stuff in. You may be able to change the loot a little bit, maybe not. So yeah, I want to go through that all, but that's probably going to be another video. Bum 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 bum. I'm off. I'm tired. I'm done. I've got to get going. I've got to go and do my Ark news vid. I'll see you lot later.